Yes, yes, yes. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to my peoples and my guys. Look alive, look alive. It's your boy Ack Reacher or Judge Galvatron presiding. You are all my witnesses and jury. You may all be seated if you're not seated already. Court is now in session. First case on. Oh, before we get started, I'm sorry. Tell the people where they can find you at, Jay Stills.
And y'all know what it is. It's your favorite, yet your most hated all fella. Back for episode number 11 of Boxing Night Court. Y'all know what it is. Y'all can follow me at The Odd Fella, THAODDFELLA, The War Report. In the dig, I usually host rap ciphers on Sundays, Sunday nights. Be on the lookout. My next one's May 2nd. You know what I mean? Brand new season, brand new MCs coming through. Y'all know what it is, so make sure y'all subscribe and check out the old ones. East to West Cypher, North meets South. There's some dope shit, you know what I mean? So salute to the usual suspects, because it is a usual suspect thing. In a dig. 503 Lion, you know what I mean? Always got that content. Check them out on Smoke City Mobcast on IG, you know what I mean? Right here on YouTube, 503 Lion, you in the dig. Salute my guy, my favorite sparring partner, Stay Ready Boxing TV. We about to get into it in the next case. Salute to him. Salute to the Supreme Beast Boxing Talk. You know what I mean? Them boys, KG. There's only one KG, only one underscore. You in the dig? And my guy Cadillac Red down in the NO. Salute to you, my bro. Y'all know what it is. It's a usual suspect ting. And of course, Judge Galvatron, aka Ack Reacher 45. Subscribe to the Jam Jamboree. Y'all know what it is. Like and subscribe. Court is now in session. Your favorite yet your most hated prosecutor / defender is here. Huh? Let's go.
Boss Mac, man, tell them where they can find yourself at, sir.
Man, y'all know how to find me. Google me. Stay Ready Box TV on YouTube. There go IML Will right there.
Somebody can send.
Let me see.
Yeah, send it. Will, check your email.
Hold
All
on.
right.
I'm giving it right now. Hold on.
All right.
Hold
While you doing that, I'm gonna get on the chat. Salute Pink Meadow. Salute the Troll Hunter, Mr. Sheldon. Salute KP from KC5, bro. People's Court. OJ, Jay-Z would be heat for this show. Big Texas. Yo, what's poppin'? Omega Red, salute. I'm Ill Will. I support Ivan acting career. Can't box forever. Salute. Akdenko Sammy Hudson. Acadino Samson Hudson. Acondo. Sorry.
Sammy Hassan.
Muslim,
So-
my brother.
sorry.
You
Condo.
Muslim and you can't.
I know. I ain't been around my peoples in a while either.
And it's Ramadan, brother.
It's at the end of April.
Huh? No, Ramadan is right now. You know they move it up 2 weeks every year.
Facts. Well, I only been eating one meal a day anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
check your email.
he here, he there. He about to come up. Salute KG. Salute to Akando. Salute. Yes, man. Salute to everybody, man. We about to get it in, man. Sorry, Akando. Ain't mean to slander the name, brother. Sheena, salute. Sorry, Kareem. I ain't see you was in the building. Alright. He said it's breakfast to sunrise, then dinner after sunset. Salute. Yeah, the sunset different at different time, different places.
We got Ill Will in the back.
Okay. Nah, he here. He in. Oh, I didn't add him. Oh, my fault. My fault, Ill Will. Alright, man. First case on the docket. Let's get it started.
Indeed.
I'm sorry about that.
Ladies and gentlemen.
The LDBC in the city of Houston against Ivan Redkach.
How you gonna say hold on? How you gonna automatically say the city of Houston and the judge is from New York?
Objection.
Because the fighter that this offense happened to and the people of Houston have a major problem. Houston, we have a problem.
Oh God. Proceed, man. Count this for the record, stenographer. Does anybody want to start any opening arguments?
Man,
Testimonies, in other words.
The charges.
Please do, prosecution. Please do.
And we want to hear the charges. Us and the jury.
Ill Will got me cracking up over here, man. This is the way he looking at me. Let me stop. I'm sorry.
Objection.
Sustain.
Okay.
It's too much. The jury, you think we run into kangaroo court?
No, I'm sorry, jury. Look, the case. I'm sorry. All right. The charges are look, attempting to leave a fight. Trying to quit a fight by falsifying an injury or disqualification, by trying to get a disqualification on his opponent. I'm also throwing in falsifying documents because there was a knockout that they had to overturn. I'm gonna also throw in lying. And heck, yeah, so I'm gonna throw that in, and also being a hoe ass nigga. Throw that in.
Objection.
What are you objecting?
The charge of being a hoe ass nigga.
Okay.
Overruled.
Hoe ass nigga?
Overruled, but I will agree with him. I will agree with him. We're not gonna count that towards the record, nor are we going to charge him.
Your Honor, may I ask one thing? May I ask one thing of the prosecution's key witness? I cannot hear the charges over that. It
is distracting, Mr. Will. It is very distracting to the court.
That trap noise that's intimidating my client. I would like it lowered down, if you may, Your Honor.
Well, if you could please, for the jury and the judge, we don't want it to reflect the case.
Hey,
My
one thing
apologies, Your Honor.
I also want to add that this is a hate crime.
How so?
You will see when I present my evidence.
And you also brought a special witness.
Yeah, I am ill will is my special witness.
So does the prosecution or the defense want to go first? The jury is grown
Well,
restless. Stay in the chat right now.
all right.
Now, I allow the prosecution to proceed. I
Okay.
allow the
All right, counselor.
prosecution to proceed.
Whatever you say, counselor. You're on mute, prosecutor.
My bad, my apologies. I want to start off by taking y'all back to last Saturday. Yeah, you know, we were seeing a good fight. First round was looking good. You know, it was looking like a normal fight. In the second round, Regis did catch him with a low blow one time, where he did. The ref had to warn him. But after that, Regis was giving him good body work, good punches. You know, the fight goes on, and you start looking at it like, ooh, Regis gonna get this dude up out of here any moment now. Fifth round come around. You know, it looked like he caught him with a good body shot, but it looked like that Ivan Redkach blocked it. But at the same time, the way Ivan Redkach fell to the ground and faked like he got hit in his nuts and was screaming. I'm trying to see, you know, in my eyes, Judge, where he got hit to even make him scream like that. He got
now, excuse me, prosecutor, not to interrupt you. When you say nuts, could you be more specific
his
on?
testicles,
Okay, all right.
his balls, his kahunas. You know?
Continue.
All right. But when he got punched, guard up, guard down, punches hit arm. I'm trying to figure out what did he hit in his midsection that made him ball and fall and have to leave the ring on a stretcher like that. Even the Athletic Commission of Atlanta came back and upgraded the fight to a KO, seeing that there was a correct body shot that they saw, and that's why they overturned the case. So it further lets me know that he was acting and didn't want to finish the fight. He really quit. Instead of just not coming out for that round, he just quit. Instead of waiting till the round end, he just quit. So that's why I really had to bring this case up, because the way he acted, he was trying to get a disqualification on Regis Progray's name. And Regis Prograis don't deserve it. He went in there, he trained just like every other fighter trains. He went in there to get a good fight with somebody he thought was a veteran, just like he said in my interview. He said this was a good fight. He's fighting a veteran. It was going to be a crafty fighter that he was ready for, and he was going to get him up out of there. But the dude played around and faked like he got hit in the nuts so he can get out the fight.
Your Honor, may the counsel approach the bench? I'd like to enter into evidence, some evidence supporting the claims of Mr. Stay Ready and the LDBC on their behalf.
Now, I will allow it, Mr. Will, with no problem, only if the prosecutor permits it. I don't want it to. I don't know if it.
I don't mind. But I
Okay.
will say that hold off for a second to permit the evidence, because before you permit yours, I wanted to go ahead and show some evidence by hold on just a second.
Very well, counselor. I can wait.
Just a second. All right, here we go here. Here we go here. Okay, I'm sharing my screen, and if y'all can see this.
Are you showing the exhibit?
Yeah, I'm showing Exhibit A.
Okay.
A. So I'm sharing my screen right now.
Okay, he's presenting an exhibit, jury. Let me know if in the chat if you guys can see everybody everybody on the bench. Could you see counselor and witness?
Do y'all see that name,
Mr. Will?
Do y'all understand?
I see it, Your Honor.
That's
Okay.
Ivan Redkach. And that's a verified check so y'all know this is from Ivan Redkach, correct? I can't see. You're on mute, fella.
Yeah, we didn't know if you can see. He's right. He's right. He's right.
Excuse me. Yeah, yes, Your Honor. This is a verified page from my client. Proceed.
Okay. All right. Now, this was sent to Coach Derek Collinsworth of Houston, Texas, somebody that also works close with Regis Prograis, Ivan Redkach's opponent. Now, the reason I wanted the charges upgraded to a hate crime because I want y'all to see what he said, Coach.
Who? I'm sorry, prosecutor. Who wrote this?
This is Ivan Redkach. He sent that to Coach Derek Collinsworth.
Objection.
What is the objection, counsel?
My client is a professional boxer who has many social media accounts and has a management team that runs these set accounts. That wasn't my client typing those emojis.
Okay. All right. Sustained. But I will count this towards the record, counselor. You can't escape this. This is hardcore evidence. It's his page.
How can it be sustained when that's a verified account by him? And whether or not, if he didn't send it, why was it sent from his account?
With all due respect, prosecutor, I'm aware there are PR people and things of this nature. Myself and the jury, we're not naive to that fact that possibly a person could do that, but still, I still have to give him a lashing for this because of the fact that it's still found on his page. He should have made sure that it should have never got posted, whether it was a friend that runs the page, a friend of the family, whoever. So it will count towards the record. You don't have to worry about that part, prosecutor, but it is sustained.
However, I would like that piece, that exhibit, further examined for authenticity.
Oh, you sure can. You can
authenticity, because that banana looks mighty fraudulent.
It's not fraudulent. I trust Coach 100%. He said the banana look fraudulent. Hold on. Okay, so I would like to call my witness to the stand, Your Honor.
Okay.
I am in will. Do you swear to tell the trio nothing but the trios? So help you, trio.
I had to go put my coat on this. I will. Yes, I will. God dang it.
You look sharp. You look sharp. Proceed.
I had to get right for the court. I'm sorry.
Now you mentioned that you had some more evidence.
Oh yeah. I'm not gonna have y'all even share the screen. I'm gonna do one better. I got a green screen, so therefore I can manipulate my green screen to whatever picture I want. Correct?
Objection. He's swagging. No. He's trying to swag on the courtroom.
Order. Overruled. I'll allow it. Continue, Mr. Will.
All right. Got eyes on the screen. If this don't work, then there's always other means. All righty. Here we go. Hang on 1 second while I load. If the jury would permit, you guys take a look at the evidence. I was going to put a couple more pictures on it, but I think this says everything I need to say. Do you see where the hand of Ivan Redkach is positioned? Is positioned as if he got hit in the groin area. Am I correct, or am I improper in my assessment of the client that's on the screen right there, sir?
Yes, I see it, and I believe the jury also sees it.
The defense also sees that as well.
The prosecutor sees it.
Okay. And it's my interpretation that the prosecution and the defense also looked at the instant replay that was played at least 10 to 15 times during the time that the ambulance was trying to make its way down to the ring. Am I correct in my assessment?
You are correct.
So in that live stream taping, they showed the repeat of the punch that was landed by our client, Rougarou, aka Regis Prograis. And that punch didn't even go nowhere near his midsection. Nowhere near it. Actually, he caught the punch with the side of his elbow, as the video would permit. Now, if it wasn't for YouTube being a bunch of idiots, but I would post the clip up here, but I don't want no one's channel to get a copyright strike or anything like that. So everybody who on this panel, I can understand that we all watched the same fight together. Am I correct, or am I wrong in my assessment?
Yes,
You
I
are
have,
correct.
and
All right.
I'll speak for the jury, Mr. Will, and saying they watched it too.
Okay, so everybody in the jury and also everybody on the panel right now can agree that we all watched this fight on the Triller card, and we all seen the instant replay that was played over and over and over again, showing that Regis Prograis never once struck the defense anywhere near his groin area, meaning he was ducking the fade. And I rest my case, Your Honor.
Good.
Now, I just want to say, before he gets off the stand, if you don't mind me saying, prosecutor, I would like to give a chance to give the counselor a chance to cross-examine the witness.
Yes.
Please.
I got one more question before I'll give it to the
Okay. I'll allow it. Proceed.
When you was watching this fight and you seen, you know, what happened or everything that happened at that moment, when you saw it on replay, what was your first reaction after you saw that he didn't get hit in the nuts?
Counsel, honestly, I said that Ivan Redkach was an expletive. Is like, I don't want to dishonor the court by any means of saying any of the expletives that I said.
Please,
moment,
not.
It's a family show, sure.
Yes,
I gotta honor
yes.
the judge, so therefore I won't go out and say all of the 4-letter, 5-letter, and also 6 plus 7 combo words that I also said that were filled with expletives. So therefore, I think we're all adults enough here to understand what I said in the conclusion of the Ivan Redkach fight versus Regis Prograis. They were not pleasing to the court, sir.
Oh, my nigga said 7 combo word. All right.
You're playing Scrabble.
So after you did all that cussing, when you saw him getting taken out on the stretcher, though, this is the point to where I think the charge of the whole ass nigga really comes in, because this is when the acting really just went overboard, because the stretcher came out and took him out. At that moment, what was your reaction?
Well, actually, the technical term for what you're describing, counsel, is bitch assinitis with a side of hoatosis. You know, I mean, that's the literal definition of it. That means your bitch asses take over, and you have to be a coward and duck your way out of a situation that you talked yourself into.
Objection. What university has that study been actually established at?
See, I took
that Slapahoe University.
At Slapahoe University in a Negro Relations tribe class, and you know you have to take that as an elective, and I took it in my senior year, so therefore I was already ready. You know what I'm saying? I was prepared when I came here.
Overruled.
So
Let him continue. Continue, Will.
I have an extensive degree in bitch assinitis, you know, because me and my extensive experience in Utopia, aka YouTube, I've seen a lot of bitch assinitis all across the YouTube. You know, you have weirdos saying weird stuff, always talking about men's chest and legs and watching them dance in front of their wives and stuff. You know, I mean, I know that's off topic, Your Honor, but I'm just having to make that statement just so I can explain.
Please keep it on topic, if you will. Is
it safe to say that he used Neanderthal tactics in this fight?
I would agree with you, counsel.
All right. All right, I'm ready to relieve it to the counselor. The witness is yours.
Yeah, you may cross-examine the witness now, counsel.
Good evening, Mr. Trill. Well, state your actual YouTube name for the courtroom.
And the
Um,
jury and the judge.
Counsel, my YouTube name is I am ill will. That's I as in indigo, A as in alpha, M as in Mike, um, I as in indigo, L as in Lima, L as in Lima, W as in whiskey, I as in indigo, L as in Lima, L as in Lima.
Mm. Impressive. Impressive. You do a YouTube channel, run shows, talk boxing, correct? You
Correct.
talk boxing?
Yes.
Okay. Have you ever talked Ivan Redkach, my
Actually, I
client?
have. Actually, I have. I was on live the night that the incident took place, sir.
Right. Have you covered any of his prior fights, such as the John Molina Jr. fight?
Wasn't live then at the time. So probability no, I didn't cover that fight. I only been going live for almost 2 years now.
No. The Tevin Farmer fight?
Tevin Farmer, I was on live, but I was more than likely saying something really expletive about Tevin Farmer's eyes.
Danny Garcia?
Danny Garcia, which fight? When he got mauled by Errol Spence Jr., sir?
No, when he fought my client.
Oh, when he fought your client.
Yes.
Yeah, I watched it, but I wasn't really going live like that then.
Okay. But you are going live like that right now.
Yes, sir. That's correct.
And you are now talking about my client in a derogatory statement.
That would be correct, sir.
Yes, Your Honor. Let us allow, Your Honor, strike that for the record that Mr. I Am Ill Will admits that his channel is hate-based toward my client.
No, I object to that, Your Honor. That's not what I said at all. I think what we have here is a miscommunication of words that I said.
Objection, Your Honor.
Yeah, that's a miscommunication of my character, and I would not sit on this stand, Your Honor, and allow anybody to assault my character, and also will strike from the record anyone trying to demean or denounce or criminalize anything that I've said thus far, being that I am saying under oath that his client is a bitch ass nigga.
Order. The language, Mr. Will. I don't want to hold you in contempt. I know this is your first time in my courtroom, but we are not running the kangaroo court, sir.
Sorry, Your Honor. I meant to say, I cannot help that his I'm sorry. I cannot help that his client lacks a spine, nor the testicular fortitude to be a man. If that's better for the judge, Your Honor. I'm sorry for if I violated. I'm sorry.
It's I don't want the jury to get and also we're not running a crazy court here. We're young men. We want to be able to express ourselves without the foul language. That's all. Is that all? Did you rest your case?
Yeah, I think, Your Honor, I think I've said so much that the defense, his whole live stream, don't agree with me as well. So it hushed him up for you. So we already know, Your Honor, this is a knock'em sock'em trial, sir. And I believe that we have proven beyond a reasonable doubt that his client is guilty of bitch asses. And we look for the verdict to be guilty.
Okay. We thank you, Mr. Will. We'll let you go from the stand if the counselor is done. And counselor, would you
I have
like to
no
give
more
your
questions for the witness.
okay? Could you please give me and the jury your opening statement and the prosecutor?
Um, Firstly, I would like to say that my client has been through a
Oh wow. Oh man. Salute Renee Bachshung. Salute Supreme Beast. I seen you in the chat. KG jumped in the chat. Salute to everybody still rocking out with us, man. Jay Steels, he was good in the beginning. He having some technical difficulties. The counselor, I know he'll jump right back in. I guess what was right. Maybe the stream is agreeing with him. Maybe the Wi-Fi is agreeing with him right now. Maybe Ivan pulled.
I don't know. We're gonna find out. Hopefully he be back. There you go.
Okay, okay.
Okay,
If you
come
can,
in.
counselor.
yes. I'm saying my client's been through a hard road in boxing. Um, I want to take the jury and the prosecution and you, the judge, on this journey. Um, First, I would like to share my screen, and we'll go through um his early endeavors. We'll go through his early endeavors. Here we go.
Could you all see it, prosecutor, jury, and witness?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
Okay.
My client, also known as El Terrible, name says it all.
Altair.
But he started out with rough times over there in Eastern Europe. Out of 10 of these so-called amateur fights that I could find on BoxRec, he lost 7 of them. A gatekeeper slash journeyman destined to be. We go to his professional boxing record, and he's fought a good amount of contenders, a good amount of people. You know what I mean, we go all the way back to Dayon Slatakainen, got knocked out in 4. Tevin Farmer, he lost that one by unanimous decision. John Molina Jr., he got KO'd in 4. A lot of punishment my client is taking. Good showing against Devin Alexander, but Devin Alexander landed some excellent right hands to my client. Danny Garcia at 147. My client ate some hellacious left hooks in that 12-round decision and forced my fighter to do some unpredictable, irrational things in that fight. And my client, yes, he did. He bit Danny Swift Garcia. My client's purse was revoked and deducted by the state commission for that action.
I remember that, counsel.
But I take you down this road to show you, after these years of beatings and tough fights, my client is in the early stages of CTE, which causes them to do unpredictable things and very irrational things.
So
Now, can we say that this is the cause of why he may have dived during this fight? Possibly. But through my client's knowledge, he was advised by his doctor to forego the fight if he was receiving too much punishment. Now, as the prosecution was stating with his beautiful assessment of the Regis Prograis Ivan Redkach fight, Regis Prograis was putting them paws on my client before the alleged dive. It was only a matter of time that Regis Prograis, Rougarou, was gonna finally land a spectacular knockout, a devastating blow on my client, further accelerating this disorder of CTE on my client. My client was just trying to save himself from further damage to the frontal lobe. Your Honor, with that being said, I ask for leniency. I ask my client to be sentenced to medical attention.
Objection, Your Honor. Objection.
Order. Overruled. Continue. I will
Sentence
let anybody argue after he's done, whether it's a witness, a jury, or even a prosecution. I'll let you counter argue all you want. Just let him get through it. Continue.
sentenced to medical attention at the least. But before we throw the book at my client, once again, who's had a long, rough road, allow me to introduce this new evidence.
You have another exhibit.
Yes, courtesy a very credible source, L-Dub Boxing, who just submitted me with this.
he probably sent you the same picture that I was going to show when it came to my closing argument.
This exhibit right here.
That's the same picture.
Can the judge and the jury and the prosecution see this exhibit?
I see it. I'm sure the jury can see it too.
What is showing here is the X-ray of, or the black and white of my client's lower half. As you can see, my client's penis is irregularly located on the left side, where
So
Order,
say he got
order,
he
counselor,
got a thigh
order,
top.
counselor. How is that scientifically possible
He got
that
a
you
thigh
could prove
top.
that to me and my jury right now? Are you trying to question our intelligence level right now, me and the jury? How is that psychologically possible? How could you
Well, you
say
know
that?
what, Bill?
Your
Well, Your
Honor,
Honor, if you don't mind me asking,
this is
I
from a
gotta ask.
credible source,
The
Elder
defense attorney.
Boxing.
Can I ask the defense attorney a question, Your Honor?
At this point, yes, you may.
All right. So, Counselor J. Steels, quick question. So, is if he has a thigh cop and he's blocking a punch that's going up to his upper midsection, it's safe to say that he hit himself in his own nuts. If that was the case, correct?
Yes, that is correct. That's how the pain could allegedly be induced.
But if that is true, which we all know it's not, but if that is true, your counselor, then he's he tried to play it like Regis did it, but in all actuality, he would have inflicted the pain on himself, which in terms would still be considered a KO.
Your Honor, and the prosecution. This is not about if this was considered a KO or not. My client, his life is, you know what I mean, in the bounds due to this trial.
Your Honor, I have a question
The
for the
state,
counsel.
the state commission has
Um,
already overruled that and overturned that decision and made it into a K or TKO stoppage for Regis Prograis. Once again, furthermore, that's why my client deserves medical attention for the increasingly erratic behavior
Your
that
Honor,
my client is
yeah. Um,
perpetrating.
the
permission to
witness has a question.
permission to
I
address
want
the
to
counsel.
grant. Yeah, I'm gonna grant permission to the witness to ask you a question,
I have a
counselor.
question. Since he says his client suffers from thigh-cockatitis, and is there any sufficient studies, any concurrent studies that's been done to show that this actual, I'm not going to say a disease, but actual disfigurement of the male posterior, is it
Oh,
anywhere in the history of mankind?
that's a
And I
good
want to
question,
go,
counselor.
is there any sufficient evidence to support that thesis that this man was born with cockathiatosis?
In the land of
Sustained, counselor. Me and the jury, we all want to know, not just the witness. This is a very good question. Salute, Kwee. Kwee just came in the building and she want to know. She part of the jury. So, did this man come to the ring like that? We're not running a circus, counselor. Please.
I believe in Greece, Dicacus. This is where this whole disorder and disfigurement originated from.
Objection, Your Honor.
The
The
Greek
counsel
people of
is make.
Overrule. Let him continue, Will. I'll let you go and let you question him, please. Let Mr. Steels get through his case. Cause you guys are already gonna counter argue his opening statement and he didn't get through it yet.
My
during the
apologies, Your Honor.
during the times of war in ancient Greece, in Dicacus, during their pederasty and their man boy love, they would lay there for long periods of times, So therefore, the penis would settle over time into that position.
Order. Rephrase that, counselor. Rephrase that.
Doing something over and over again disforms and allows for disfigurements.
Okay.
So the laying down on the cock with the thigh disformed the penis and made it into that position where so the nuts protrude onto the thigh.
Okay, so your argument is that
And
that's
this is from
why he got hit.
and this is from the land of Thykacus, and he is a seed of one of those disfigured ancient males from Greece, Thykacus.
Is that your closing argument?
As far as to answer your question about the origins of this disfigurement.
Okay, we appreciate that. Could you continue with the case?
Well, other than my case and my client deserve once again leniency and medical attention. I've shown you that my client is gone through a long road and is showing the early stages of the very much dreaded CTE, which has very much been studied and shown to uh, make people and make fighters alike very irrational, making irrational decisions, making violent decisions. So with that being said, I hope you don't see partiality amongst my client. That'll be all, Your Honor.
Does anybody got any counter arguments?
Permission to counter the defense testimony.
Okay.
I'm gonna let I will allow it.
Your Honor, could you blow up my screen one time?
Where? Okay. Oops. My fault, Will. Where's your thing at?
Right down there, bottom corner. Just go and pick solo display. I think the council will be happy.
Oh, you said solo display. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I want to address the court. And the defense testimony, just go over to my picture, hover over, go to the three dots that's over in the corner. It should have a place where it says solo display, right up in the top corner.
Oh, right here.
Yeah. And I want the jury, I want you to look at this picture, being that the defense said that the defendant had suffered from thyrococcosis from the land of Thycocia. Now, in my opinion, being that the defendant caught said punch by our client, the prosecution believes that being that the defendant was rolling over on said side, that he inflicted more damage upon himself, only strengthening the case that our client deserved a knockout during this fight due to the fact that his client suffers from bitch-assinitis and succatosis. And I think that we thoroughly proved in our arguments that Redkach, Mr. Redkach, is in fact a ban, and I'll use the abbreviation because I don't want to offend the court. He is a BAN, and he also suffers from halitosis in the 3rd degree. And I think he's in like 4th stage halitosis. That's what I think he is. And I think he inflicted more damage upon himself than our client could ever think about doing. Therefore, I think the defense's argument should be thrown from the record, and that our client should, most definitely should, be awarded his just due in a knockout. And I think the LDBC now rests its case.
I don't
Prosecutor. I was gonna say, if I know the prosecutor well, salute Bumpy Thompson. If I know the prosecutor, he got a little bit more to say. Prosecutor, closing arguments or counter argue?
My closing arguments. Can you share my screen one more time? So when y'all look and see, hold on. Let me go to that picture. So when y'all go to this and y'all see that this is from Ivan Redkach's account, and y'all see what he sent Coach Derek Collinsworth right here in Houston, Texas, somebody that works closely with Regis Programs. And y'all see the date, March 20th. And last Saturday, if I'm correct, was April 16th. So already he had something against Regis Programs before he stepped into that ring. And you know, with that being said, it's Neanderthals like this that don't want to see a brother win. So he tried to give Regis Programs a disqualification after calling one of his coaches a monkey. Now, I want to upgrade the charges to a hate crime, and I want the book thrown at him because of the things that you see yourself, Your Honor. I don't take CTE as or going for or even trying to go for the insane plea or the crazy plea or anything like that because you knew what you was doing or your team knew what they was doing when they sent that DM to one of our coaches. Like, if you knew better, you wouldn't allow your team to do such things. If that was your team, you wouldn't allow it, CT or not. But you already knew it before the fight happened. How, as you see on Will's screen, how it was going to end because of the way that you wanted to act and lie to act like you got hit in your balls when technically you got hit in your elbow. And I just don't like the way he acted in that moment. And that's why, Your Honor, I had to bring these charges on Ivan Redkach. You know, normally we don't do these cases on lower level fighters like Ivan Redkach, but when you pull stunts like this, I have to ask the judge.
Objection.
What are you objecting?
Degradation. My client is a mid-level fighter at best.
He's a what?
A mid-level fighter at best.
Overall,
he's lower than 8.
That's your opinion. Continue, prosecutor.
But I would like to say that's why I'm asking the judge and the jury to throw the book at this person because he had a shot to be a great fighter because he had multiple chances. And fighters like Danny Garcia that he bit, and fighters like Tevin Farmer, fighters like Regis Programs, he had top fights to where he could be put in position for champion. So people know who he is, but he still does tactics like this, flailing and flopping and acting like he got hit in the nuts when he got hit in his elbow. And then sending hate speech to coaches. I'm sorry. I think you should throw the book at him, Coach. And as the prosecution, I rest my case.
Your Honor, I've spoke with my client, and we would like to plead to a lesser charge.
I got to talk to the prosecution. And the jury, do they agree?
Unless a charge of
What are
foolery,
you asking for?
and bitch acidness.
What are you willing to work with him with, prosecutor?
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do about the hate crime?
But not guilty to the hate crime.
Well, I can't.
We'll allow the other 2-3 to stick.
Okay. That should be enough time for you, prosecutor. As long as he do some time.
Do you agree to 10 years?
Oh, concurrently.
Uh-huh.
We're gonna charge him with 2 of those things running concurrently, a mandatory and 10 years.
No consecutive, no concurrent. No concurrent, consecutive.
8.5.
8.5 for one charge.
8.5.
I give you 8.5 for the bitch
8.5.
ass.
1.5 Wayhouse.
I give you 2 for the falsifying documents, and I give you a fine and 1,600 hours community service for the fly.
What say you, counselor?
And we'll drop the hate crime.
My client agrees with those terms.
Okay, so it's settled then.
Guilty.
Deuce 10 years, mandatory 10 years, and
Must pay
he'll
back
pay the fine.
restitution. Must pay back restitution by the time his jail sentence is complete.
Must pay back restitution by the time his jail sentence is complete. So says the LDBC.
Are you satisfied with that iron mill wheel? Ill will. Ill Williams.
I guess when he come back, he'll know what happened. Salute to one of them ones. I seen him just pop in here.
Yeah, I saw one of them ones in the building. Wagwan, brethren, Wagwan.
Okay, so next case on the docket.
Indeed, next case on the docket, LDBC versus Mayweather Promotions. As such, I will be prosecuting Mayweather Promotions, aka TMT. But as per usual, their representation hasn't shown up to court.
We're here, counsel. We're here. We just had a little technical difficulties, but we're here.
Uh-oh.
Well,
So the defense is
Great.
here. He said the defense wasn't here.
Great.
But the defense is here.
You're just in time to hear the charges on your client.
I heard all the. It was just my computer had frozen, and so I had to find another device where I can get on and partake in this.
Objection.
Why are you objecting, Counselor Will?
Because Counselor Will is lying because I haven't stated any charges right just yet.
Well, I know from the prosecution, I heard everything as far as you striking a deal with erasing the hate crime.
Excuse me. You're talking about the last case. My bad.
I wasn't talking about this present case, Your
Correct.
Honor.
Excuse me. Strike that off the record, Your Honor. And apologies, Counselor Trill Will, for that blunder. But we are now on case 2. Yes, indeed. And this is the case against Mayweather Promotions. And as such, do we have any defense for Mayweather Promotions before I read off the alleged charges?
Counselor Will, would you like to hear the charges that's being presented to your clients?
Yes.
First off, the LDBC charges Mayweather Promotions with impersonating a top top tier promoter. We also charged him with the neglect and the abuse of the fighters in their stable.
Okay, a neglect charge.
We also charged him with the extortion. Yes, jury, did y'all get that? I said the extortion of the fight fans of boxing. Those are the charges to the defense.
Counselor Will, were you clear on the charges?
I want to have that last charge stricken from the record. He's going to have a big mountain to climb, extortion of the family. Going to have a really, really, really high mountain because we as the defense are prepared to show reason why that charge wouldn't stick, because there are other parties who also participated in the extortion of the sport. Case in point, Mr. Bob Arum, Mr. Eddie and Barry Hearn, and also Mr. Frank Warren. Of course,
objection. The following clients that he just spoke of have already been charged and tried and are all guilty.
Overruled. Continue.
But as the old saying goes, birds of a feather flock together. So therefore, it is my duty to prove that my client is not extorting anyone, and he's also been in maintenance of his own records. There's really no one that can really contractually tell Mayweather Promotions what they can and can't do. Because
salute, Junior. My fault. Go ahead, Will. I'm sorry. I'll salute Junior.
Because Mayweather Promotions is an elaborate company that owns its own royalties to their own fights, their own rights to their own fights, as stated by Leonard Ellerby. And once I get my computer back up, I will be more than happy to show proof and cause that my client is innocent of all charges.
All right. Prosecutor, are you ready to go first?
Yes, indeed. I would like to first bring to the stand the first exhibit, which would be Mayweather Promotions website.
Oh, sorry. First exhibit, jury, of this case. Could everybody see?
We can see, Your Honor.
Okay. Proceed.
Okay. Let me get up into that. Now, as we see, we're here at the Mayweather Promotions website, and you see the top letterhead, past, present, and the future. This is the short biography about the squad. Now, I highlighted this part particularly, you know what I mean? And I'll read it out for those of y'all that can't see it. Once again, I like to say that I'm under oath under here at Boxing Night Court. So I'll read it out with the best of my English knowledge. With a solid stable of championship fighters, trainers, and staff, Mayweather Promotion has blazed its own trial to unprecedented financial success in only 8 years of operation. Okay. Considered one of the big three in the promotional boxing industry, Mayweather Promotions has netted in excess of $350 million while generating over $1 billion in pay-per-view revenue. Okay. So I start off with that. showing you the precedents and laying the foundation of what Mayweather Promotions generates. Over $1 billion. Over $1 billion. But let me proceed actually up into this. Let me continue while I'm here on this web page, and let's look at the fighters. Let's look at the fighters. Now, the first fighter we got here, can everybody see that? Judge, jury,
I can see.
defense.
I can see it, counsel.
Is the flyweight champion, Ava, the Lady of Boxing Knight. I bet none of y'all have heard of Ava, the Lady of Boxing Knight, and I didn't expect you to, because Mayweather Promotions doesn't promote her. Mayweather Promotions doesn't promote her. But I'll get to Ava later, boxing, a little bit later. We'll scroll down. We know who Angelo Leo is. Dorian Khan Jr., Malik Warren, Xavier Martin. You see Tank, Rolly Romero, Sharif Beaujolais, on and on. So they got a decent little stable here. 2 cruiserweights, Vidal Riley and Andrew Tabiti. A nice little stable of fighters. I'll credit them for that. But let's go to their events. Let's see what's on the lineup for all these fighters Mayweather Promotions got. And mind you, this is a company that's generated over $1 billion. $350 million in profits. Okay? Now notice here they got, to fill up the screen, they got all these past fights from 2020. You're not fooling the prosecution, and you're not fooling the judge, and you're not fooling the jury. Now they just updated the site, and they finally got the Gervonta Tank Davis, Mario Barrios up on here. But where are the rest of the fighters? Is the undercard being simulated yet? I know it's all the way in June 26th, but goddamn, this is only one fighter. One fighter from Mayweather Promotion is getting some type of highlight, some type of event in the next couple months. Because otherwise, there's no events popping. Not one, other than this. June 26th, we gotta wait for that. And this is, once again, I have to continue to remind everybody, this is a $1 billion company. This is a so-called $1 billion company. So let me remove this and allow me to go into my presentation. Your Honor, do you see the screen? Exhibit A.
Oh, that's you, sis?
Your Honor, do you see the screen? Jury, defense.
Counselor, you see it?
Yeah, I see it.
Exhibit A. Free Ava. Ava Lady of Boxing Night. Record 19-2-5. Do you know the last time she fought for Mayweather Promotions on a card? On
You
a
said
cold night in November of 2019. November of 2019. Okay, that's like 2 years ago. And we know how PBC, who Mayweather Promotions exclusively broadcast out of, do not showcase any female fights. So once again, I'm showing you neglect. Neglect and abuse to a championship caliber fighter, an Ava Lady of Boxing Night, 19-2-5. You see the two belts strapped up, shoulder down on both shoulders. Free Ava. Free Ava from this stable of abuse that can't give her no shine. She locked away on some type of UFC Fight Pass type of card shit. But she can't get on the network with the men. Does my does the Mayweather promotion ultimately want her to be a part of the girl collection? Your Honor, I move on to Exhibit B. Does everybody see Exhibit B?
we see it, counsel.
In Exhibit B, I would like to point out how Mayweather Promotions, the billion-dollar company that's not for the fighters and is neglecting and abusing the fighters, and also extorting the fight fans, is a self-centered institution. A self-centered institution. The man Mayweather himself, Floyd Joy Mayweather, is worth over $500 million. Yes, he is. Mayweather Promotions, once again, has generated over $1 billion. We established that. Let's look at some of his properties. Mayweather Boxing Club. He has multiple boxing clubs, I believe, all over the world, and main one being based in Las Vegas. But you see the pattern. Everything Mayweather. Mayweather Promotion, Mayweather Boxing Club. Last but not least, the Girl Collections Gentleman Club. Another one of Floyd Mayweather's establishments. With all those establishments that I've just mentioned, where are the events being generated for these stable of fighters? Where are these fights and advertisements and getting them out into the people's eyesight of these fighters? Because I'm seeing a lot of Mayweather in the public eye. I'm seeing rumors and hearing rumors of and reports of him fighting Logan Paul, but I'm not hearing reports of any of his fighters that I've just listed that we've just shown in the website of upcoming fights. And even the website indicts themselves that the only fight that's on the come up is Tank Davis against another company's another promoter's Mario's Barrios. Let me further illustrate the selfishness and the self-centeredness of Floyd Mayweather and Mayweather Promotions. Exhibit C, spreading the UK variant. We know we're in a pandemic under these COVID times. COVID-19's running rampant, and now it's scientifically proven that there's many different variants spreading amongst the world. The most contagious being the UK variant of the COVID-19. What we see here is actual pictures of Floyd Mayweather without a mask, breaking all type of social distancing laws, up in AJ's face after the Pulev fight. You see the picture in the middle of him backstage. AJ is trying to conform to some type of social distancing, but by the third pick, you see a newly haired Floyd Joy Mayweather all up in AJ's ear. No mask, no social distancing. Spreading the UK variant across the world, bringing it back to the gym, to Las Vegas, back to the fighters. That's why it's so suspicious to me that a lot of these fighters are popping for COVID-19. All across the sport, popping for COVID-19. It's because this man, self-centered man, going across the world, not washing his hands, not utilizing social distancing protocol, not utilizing the mask, all up in people's ears and faces and stuff, spreading the UK variant. Exhibit D.
Salute, Gabe.
Q blow all day, but no time for Rolly. Q blow all day, but no time for Rolly. Okay? Bars.
That was a bar, though. I ain't gonna lie. You was snapping.
No reach. Okay?
Hey, objection, Your Honor. You can't be showing bias towards.
You know, I didn't show partiality. I ain't show partiality. That was act. That wasn't Judge Galvatron. That wasn't Judge Galvatron.
Fairness. I asked for fairness, Your Honor.
Proceed. We won't show any partiality. Sorry, counsel.
Once again, Your Honor, Mayweather Promotions and the CEO of Mayweather Promotions was worth $350 million. He loves them Hublows, one of his great sponsors, yes indeed. But he's also been seen bragging about purchasing an $18 million watch. An $18 million watch is what he likes to invest in, but he doesn't like to invest a lot of time into his fighters. No time for Rolly. No time for Ava Knight. No time for Richardson Hitchens. When's the last time we seen Andrew Tabiti? When's the last time we seen Andrew Tabiti, goddammit? Shout out to L-Dub Boxing once again, who should be a lot of these boxers promoters, because he's doing a better job promoting Andrew Tabiti on what's going on with his career than Mayweather Promotions, with or without a profile. No time for any of these up-and-coming fighters, these mid-level fighters, such as Jalen Love, Shout out to Jake Paul, who's doing a better job than Mayweather Promotions promoting their fighters. Because I have people over on this side looking for that Jalen Love fight against Teron Woodley. But Mayweather Promotion is not capitalizing on that. They're capitalizing on the other Paul, Logan Paul, the one with the losing record. Yana, that'll be all. I'll allow the defense to proceed with their defense.
And your opening argument, counsel.
Yana, I want to take you and the jury on a little ride.
No problem.
Basically, I want to dismember, or I want to debunk every point that the prosecution has made towards my client. The first rule of evidence, there is no major boxing organization, whether it be Top Rank, whether it be Mayweather Promotions, Queensberry Promotions, Matchroom Boxing, or any other subsidy that is out here in the world of boxing that outright promotes female boxers. And to go one step further, boxers themselves are walking advertisements. They're walking billboards. So it's their duty to make sure they either A, promote themselves thoroughly, or B, hire a team that promotes them thoroughly, or C, do a combination of both. Have a promotional team and also promote yourself. Case in point, Floyd Mayweather Jr., who is the CEO of Mayweather Promotions, he built a career on promoting himself as the bad guy. Floyd Mayweather built a career on making people buy fights just to see when he's going to get knocked out, which that never happened. But I see how they took that model from Floyd Mayweather and, in retrospect, integrated it into their business model, which is the reason why they promote their fighters as they do. They want their fighters to promote themselves and they get the extra push from their promotional company. And I want to be stricken from the record that the Gentlemen's Club has nothing to do with this argument, because everybody knows that, in the words
Objection, Your Honor. I'm establishing his properties and his wealth. I wasn't utilizing it to state any type of degrading statements.
In the terms that you use it, counsel, you use it to degrade my witness. So therefore, I must have asked on behalf of my client that be stricken from the record, because of the fact that everybody loves the Boom Boom Room, aka strip club. Everybody loves strip clubs. So that brings everybody joy. So I ask that be stricken from the record.
Therefore, that further enhances my argument for the amount of money that Mayweather Promotions and Girl Collections generates, and how much more they need to put more investments on their fighters and their stable.
I agree. I actually agree.
But I have this argument. Then, since you're saying that Mayweather Promotions should put more money into investing in the promotion of their fighters, name another promotional company that's currently in boxing that is doing just that. Because the PBC is not. Their fighters are promoting themselves. Matchroom, that Eddie Hearn only promotes Anthony Joshua. He'll promote a female boxer if Clarissa Shields calls him out by name.
Objection.
That's pretty much it.
Objection.
What are you objecting?
Because he's not telling the whole truth, Your Honor.
Well, who are they promoting?
He spoke of Matchroom Boxing, and he failed to mention Devin Black Jesus Haney, who's a multimillionaire Um,
No, objection,
not
objection, objection.
not
Now, what are
before the
you
matchroom.
objecting?
Devin
Not before
Haney
the
is
matchroom
promoted
fight.
by Devin Haney is promoted by Devin Haney Promotions, which is a business that him and his father are both CEO and co-CEO are. So that should be
False.
stricken from the record.
False.
They work
Devin
under the
Haney is
Order.
co-promoted is co-promoted by
Order.
Matchroom Boxing.
I'm gonna hold y'all in contempt one at a time.
Devin Haney Promotions is an umbrella company underneath the umbrella of Matchroom Boxing, just like Anthony Joshua is. Anthony Joshua fights on DAZN. He is not a DAZN fighter. He is promoted by Matchroom Boxing. Am I correct? Therefore, Devin Haney is in the same instance doing the same thing that Anthony Joshua is doing. So therefore, you cannot say that Matchroom Boxing is promoting Devin Haney Promotions. Devin Haney Promotions is promoting Devin Haney Promotion. Not only just by doing interviews on YouTube, also by allowing themselves to be accessed by camera and by interviewers, also promoting their fights any chance that they get. Shout out to Mr. Bill Haney. They make sure that their fighter is thoroughly promoted. So that means, like I was saying in my original argument, that these fighters have the onus of promoting themselves, whether or not they're covered by a promotional company, because it is smart business. And according to Marketing 101, the fastest way to market something is word of mouth, to get people talking. Case in point, take Deontay Wilder. Is the PBC advertising Deontay Wilder? The answer to that will be no. Deontay Wilder is promoting Deontay Wilder. He appears on various podcasts, interviews, allows himself to be accessed by his fans. He is making himself available to advertise himself. Therefore, the onus is put on the fighter. And without any argument, Deontay Wilder is one of the most popular fighters currently in the sport of boxing right now at this very moment. Same with a Mayweather promotional fighter, Gervonta Tank Davis. Gervonta, he put himself in position to be advertised not only by Mayweather Promotions, but also by himself, making appearances at ball games, making sure he holds fights in his hometown. His hometown fight in Baltimore sold out. The fight sold out. Well, actually, Atlanta sold out. And it's because he promoted the fight. Every chance he got, he was on Twitter or Instagram promoting what his next fight is, just as he's doing right now. Teofimo Lopez, even though people may disagree with what he's doing, he is not being promoted by Bob Arum. Actually, Bob Arum is working to counteract what he's doing to promote himself. It actually was Triller who picked up the tab for his fight against Kambosos that's coming up really, really soon. I'm only saying all of this just to make it a point that it's the onus is on the fighter in order for them to promote themselves, not the promotional company all by themselves as a sole entity. They're not rappers. Even rappers have to get out and promote themselves. So the onus on the marketing with a promotional company, that's null and void. That boxer has to make sure that his voice is heard, and also make sure that he is seen by the public in order for him to advertise the good, which is boxing, that he is able to promote and put on in the ring. So the next one, talking about Ava Knight. Ava Knight has an obligation to herself. And the reason why most people in this chat don't even know who Ava Knight is because you've never heard her voice before. Case in point, Clarissa Shields. She promotes herself. She's appeared on LDBC podcast. She's appeared on PBC podcast. She's been at Top Rank Fights. She's been pretty much everywhere, and she has her own podcast channel on YouTube. She promotes herself. Her last fight, in fact, was promoted by her. She promoted it herself. Major promotional companies were not even trying to even help her put that fight on. She put it on herself. Being, again, going back to my original thesis, that the onus is put on the fighter to promote themselves. Otherwise, people will not know about you, which if they don't know about you, they will not show up to your fights. Case in point, enter Terrence Bud Crawford. Terrence Bud Crawford has all the phenomenal skills in the world, but yet he does not promote himself because he doesn't engage with his audience or his niche or his crowd that his demographic that would project into actual fight numbers. Being that he doesn't promote himself, no one shows to his fight. Case in point, Errol the True Spence. Errol the True Spence allows himself to be interviewed, also makes videos, and makes commentary on Twitter and Instagram. They promote themselves. So that in turn would also go into the fighter and who they're fighting. Also, if Ava Knight is not fighting anybody that no one can recognize or really even know, no one's going to pay attention to that fight. I would love to make the argument that everyone in the jury and pretty much everyone on the panel can agree with that. If you don't know who that fighter is because they didn't promote themselves or no one made an effort to promote that said fighter, then no one's going to pay attention to that fighter. Mayweather Promotions had done a thorough job with the likes of AB, Adrian the Problem Broner, which now he's on his own promotional company and he's promoted himself. Ohio versus everybody. You have more fighters than Tank Davis that's being promoted. Badu Jack. You got more people who are branched off and started their own promotional and business endeavors by themselves, given a head start from the Mayweather promotion. And I do believe that most of those fighters has also taken from the blueprint, including some of the fighters that you may think in your argument have taken the blueprint from Mr. Mayweather and also interpreted and made it their own. Meaning that they went and took and grabbed the reins themselves and promoted themselves and made themselves a crap ton of money. So I don't think the onus, again, I will strengthen my argument by saying that it's the onus on the fighter in order to get their name into the public eye so that anybody can readily recognize who they are so they can pay attention and the buzz can start. And then there's a crowd generated. Then that usually generates into money. And I do believe I can rest my case.
Any counter arguments or closing arguments before we render verdict?
Hey, I'm gonna jump off. I'm gonna fuck with y'all later.
All right, salute.
All right, man. You ain't gotta get ready if you stay ready, man. I love y'all.
Salute, champ. Love.
Yes, I would like to present some counter arguments to the defense. First of all, Clarissa Shields didn't fully promote that fight on her own. Salida Promotions was the co-promotion that staged that pay-per-view against Eva DeCare for that undisputed fight at 154 in the female division. Now, with regards to the fighters promoting themselves, that's fine and dandy in this social media time, but promoters also have to put together events and put together fights for these fighters. The same thing goes. This is a fight game, and the fight game is part of the entertainment business. You know what I mean? And that relates to even show promoters. You know what I mean? And if you have a bunch of rappers, you know that they got some followings. If you can't put together the shows, then you can't. Yeah, they can't get exposure, and you can't get that bag. They can't get that bag. The same thing goes with boxing, and we've shown, and I've shown through that website, their website, your client's website, Mayweather Promotions, that they've failed to produce any multiple events. They have one event on the come up. That's June 24th. That's June 24th, and that's the Tank Davis against Marios Barrios. But other than that, they have a large stable of fighters. They have billions of dollars generated, but they only have one event on the docket. Once again, we can all agree that fighters need to do a better job in promoting themselves in the social media world. So we've seen that with this new emergence of style of fighter with Jake Paul, but he does a great job interacting with his fans. You know what I mean? That's why he has a lot of fans and followers. You know what I mean? A lot of boxers could take tidbits out of that, but promoters also need to do the right thing. And this promoter, Mayweather Promotion, is on trial, not the fighters. The promoter is on trial. Mayweather Promotions for the neglect the fighters. Once again, you're speaking of Ava, blaming it on Ava Knight, but once again, they're not performing a platform for her to box. This is the boxing industry, and
Objection.
this is the
Objection.
boxing industry in this
Objection.
in
Objection.
entertainment.
What are
This
you
is not
objecting?
I am
a
objecting.
audition. This is not an audition for spoken word or audition for being prepared to do the interview circuit. She's supposed to be prepared to be a championship boxer.
Your Honor.
She can grow into that at a latter stage. But what I've also proved with the Exhibit A, Free Ava, that she hasn't fought since November of 2019. That's egregious. That's
Your Honor.
egregious for a
I would like
championship fighter.
I would like
Oh,
to ask I would like to
due
ask the council, Your Honor.
due to the
I
due
would
to
like
the
to ask the
neglect.
council because he's saying neglect. Who
Yeah,
was her last fight?
Your
Who,
Honor,
without Your
he's
Honor, I like
interrupting.
to ask the council.
Are you
I like
allowing
to
this?
ask. I would like to ask the council. Like
Order.
just when he's saying that, who was
Do
her
you
last
know her
fight?
last fight,
Does
prosecutor?
anybody in the chat, without looking at box rec, who was Ava Knight's last fight? I can tell you because I just looked at her box rec, but I'm not going to, and I'm saying that for a reason. You couldn't tell me her last fight because you don't know who it was, and if you don't know who it was, you're not typically 9 times out of 10 you're not. It's numerically proven you're not going to watch the fight. Again, it only strengthens my argument in saying that Mayweather Promotions cannot be totally held at fault when all other promotional bodies in boxing do the same exact boxing scheme. They all allow their boxers. That's the reason why the PBC is so popular, is because Al Heyman allows his fighters to promote themselves and they take in most of their money. It just collects his advertiser's fee or allowing them to use his platform in order to grow themselves.
Your Honor, are you going to allow this this overstatement over my closing arguments?
No, I'm not. Please, counselor, let the prosecution rest his case so that
My
we
apologies,
can render
Your
verdict.
My apology, Your Honor.
Now,
Proceed.
Miss Ava Knight has been inactive since November 2019. Mayweather Promotions hasn't cooked up any type of low level, whether it's high level or low level event for Miss Ava Knight. The responsibility is on these promoters to put together events for their stable of fighters, whether they're top stars or whether they're lower tier fighters or fighters on the come up. And not only have they not been putting together the events, they haven't been promoting their fighters. They're more concerned with promoting their clothing line and their merchandise, which has nothing to do with any of their fighters. You would think that on Mayweather Promotions they would try to promote some of their fighters' lines like Gervonta Tank Davis. But we don't see that at all. It's all off-brand looking Mayweather Promotion TMT apparel that's being displayed and being almost bragged about, saying that you can get a discount shipping through the pandemic, which leads me to another point. Through the pandemic, Mayweather Promotions was sitting on their hands. Drop the ball. A billion dollar company could not rent out, purchase a private property to showcase fights, build a studio to advertise and and showcase fighters and promote their fighters, none of this was achieved because all this money is being not funneled back into boxing, not for the embetterment of these fighters on Mayweather promotion. During the pandemic, during the lockdown, they were silent. They wasn't thinking of innovative ways to get their fighters, you know what I mean, back in the limelight, other than Tank Davis. But what about the rest? The long list. What about Andrew Tabiti? Don't you think he want to get in the ring after that devastating knockout by Unier Dorticos? Don't you think he needs some work? Money in his pocket? Food for his family? Gas in his tank? Money for the sparring partners? These promotional companies need to do a better job of supplying and uplifting and promoting these fighters. Is not solely on the fighters themselves. And with all this money that Mayweather Promotions, the defense's client have generated, it's absolutely egregious. And I believe they should be guilty on all charges: extortion, abuse, neglect, and impersonating a top tier promoter, because they ain't putting out events, they're not doing anything innovative, and other than Tank Davis, none of their fighters are being properly promoted. And I rest my case, Your Honor.
Counselor Will.
If you don't mind, could you please share my screen? The prosecutor had put on a case saying that Mayweather Promotions does not promote their fight and has not been promoting their fights since the pandemic happened, which started back in February. Really hit hard in February of last year. You go on the website, you can see all the fighters. Also, you can click on the links, show you all the events that they have going on, show you the fight cards that they have going on with their fighters. But how would you know how to get to this website if you're not an avid boxing fan? You may ask. Go over to their Twitter page, or you can go on the Instagram. He also has a Mayweather Promotions Instagram page, Facebook page, and Twitter page. And then you will see all kinds of ads. You have ads for Floyd Mayweather, which Floyd Mayweather is arguably the face of Mayweather Promotions. But if you take a little scroll down, you will see, who is that? Fighters, Malik Warren. Where's Malik Warren? I wonder. Malik Warren is right at 130 at super featherweight. So keep scrolling. There's, of course, Tank Davis. Who is that guy? That's Badu Jack. Where is Badu Jack on the list? Badu Jack is right at light heavyweight. So continue to scroll. We can play this. We can do this all day. They have, for every fighter that's on that page, there is a promotion for that said fighter. Another up-and-coming Mayweather Promotions fighter right there working out. Of course, Tank Davis. because he has a fight coming up, so they have to actively promote that said fighter. Here, you'll notice that Dynamite Lopez, which is another Mayweather Promotions fighter, is on his local TV station, jumping rope, working out, shadow boxing, and the whole nine. Floyd Mayweather also promoting more fighters right here. Of course, they got to keep the page lively with modern topics. Of course, a couple memes here and there, but yet and still, you see yet another Mayweather Promotions fighter getting advertised under the Mayweather Promotions brand. And I wanted to use that just to display my point. It is up to the fighter to let people know who they are, where they'll be fighting, and create an interest to create an audience. Mayweather Promotions is giving them the platform, and it's up to the fighter to take advantage of said platform. They have arguably one of the best fighters in the world as the CEO, as the head of that company, and that name is readily recognized throughout the world. So it's totally up to that company. That is totally up to that fighter to use the resources provided to him by that company to make best at what every other fighter in the sport of boxing has taken advantage of, i.e. Jamal and Jamel Charlo, Deontay Wilder, Errol Spence Jr., Edward Berlanga, and there's a host of other fighters. We'll be here all day naming names. But those are just a few. Just using your platform to the best of your ability, and also utilizing every resource that you have access to in order to maintain and use the name of Floyd Mayweather to propel your career to its next level. Mayweather Promotions have done that. I can go through and pull up their Instagram page, and also their Facebook page. I don't see taking all day to do that. I think I've thoroughly proven that Mayweather Promotions does promote their fights. They promote their fighters, and they also promotes their brand, most importantly. And they also use Floyd Mayweather to give a boost or a leg up from the competition using the great name of Floyd Mayweather. As you can go and throughout any other promotional company throughout boxing, it's the same blueprint for every one of those companies. They all do the same thing. But some fighters depend on their name that they built because of the fact of who they fought and creating a name and a buzz for themselves, i.e. Gervonta Tank Davis. And I rest my case.
Yeah, it's definitely rested, Your Honor, because we see on that that social media page a lot of fighters doing idle things. Well, I'll take that back. Not idle things, but a lot of practice, a lot of shadow boxing. But one thing that we don't see on that page is any events other than Tank Davis, as the defense said. Tank Davis. But what about the rest of the fighters? All we see of the rest of the fighters is a lot of shadow boxing, a lot of practice, a lot of hitting the bag, a lot of hitting the mitts. But where are the fights? Where are the events for these fighters?
Objection, Your Honor.
When are we going to get to see them in the ring?
Your Honor, it takes two people in order to make a fight. It's not, the onus is not just on one person. For example, Floyd Mayweather himself was denied a fight against Manny Pacquiao, not because of Floyd Mayweather, but because of another promotional brand. So you can't use that argument because there's two parties to each fight that gets in that ring and fights one another. They can't make anyone get in that ring and fight. That's up to the other fighter. So that argument is null and void.
Mayweather Promotions is in a umbrella of other promotions that they often do cross promotions with under the BBC. Whether they use TGB promoter, whether they use About Billions. Fights can be made, events can be made, and there's only one event that's on the horizon from Mayweather Promotions, while they have a full roster, a full stable of fighters, a full page of highlights of them shadow boxing and practicing, but no advertisements and flyers of new events for these fighters.
Again, counsel.
No,
It
no,
doesn't matter. Again, counsel. It doesn't matter.
no
It
flyers for
doesn't. It
radio
doesn't.
appearances.
It doesn't matter.
Radio appearances
Counsel.
at the
It does not.
respective cities.
Counsel.
No
It does not
events at
matter.
all.
It does not matter what promotional brand either fighter is on.
Order, gentlemen. Sorry, my internet got a little trippy. I still did hear what you were saying, Will. I just couldn't jump in. I had to get on my other laptop. So
you good. I was basically saying that fighters. He was saying that Mayweather promotional fighters are inactive, and I was explaining to him that it takes two parties in order to engage and also make and agree upon on a fight on a contractual basis. Without those other parties, no matter what brand they fight under, they can fight under the same brand. But if that other fighter doesn't accept the terms and conditions of that fight will not happen. That's just the sport of boxing. And that's almost one of the bad things about the sport of boxing is because it takes two parties in order to engage in a fight and have two fighters actually in the squared circle fighting. That's not particularly on the promotional company, which is the reason why that fight's not happening. If that was the case, then every other fighter in the history of boxing should be suing the other party because a fight didn't happen.
all right. I think we're gonna render verdict. In the case, and I just want to say salute to the jury and all participants. But we're gonna get to the verdict on this. And in the case of TMT Promotions, we find the defendant guilty on all charges. Guilty on all charges. But I will say, Will did a great job. Shout out to Will, yo. Will, you could come on anytime you want, bro. Did a great job first case. You did a great job second case. I know you really didn't even really want this, but I know that you did it. And salute. It's all in good fun and entertaining the people. Salute to you. I hope, you know what I mean, you come back, you know what I mean. Whenever else you feel like there's another case that you could present, you know what I mean, that you think of. Every day there's going to be a sucker born in boxing. So somebody going to be able to get brought to trial again.
But salute to both of y'all, man.
Get the people your last.
Family.
Hey, yo, y'all
can sweating a little bit. You had me sweating a little bit, yo.
Nah. He almost had. I ain't gonna front. I almost seen it his way, bro. I ain't gonna front. It was just the last. It was y'all last couple, because he really had like a counter kind of for like everything you were saying. That's why I had to kind of tell him to chill.
Y'all hear some weird shit. When I went to college, I was studying to be a lawyer first, and then I went switched my major to marketing and business management. So. That's pretty much, and I always had an interest in law. So my dad told me I should have been a lawyer, but that's one thing I can do is argue a case. That's what I can do now. This was fun though. I gotta do this again, man. This was fun.
Bring it back. We're
gonna run it back. Man. Damn, man, you a juggernaut in there, bro. Shit. It's gonna be hard to fit in the case against you, bro.
Yo,
I gotta be on your side next time, bro.
give him your last, Will.
Hey, shout out to the almighty LDBC. Shout out to the odd fella, my brother Act with the Loud Pack. Appreciate y'all having me on. Shout out to the chat family. Y'all know where y'all can find me on. I'm on YouTube. I am Ill Will. On Instagram, I am Ill Will, and also Twitter, same handle. Appreciate all y'all, man. Oh, and if you ain't signed up to the LDBC website, make sure y'all get in touch with the general. Go on the LDBC website, sign up, make your donation. You know it's required per month. So go on there and do that and stuff. This money goes to help when we want to do get-togethers and all of us want to do a meet and greet and get up with one another and see each other face to face, because it's bigger than just boxing. We're all a family here. And I appreciate being able to have fun with you guys, man. This was amazing. I love this. This was fun. This is fun.
I ain't gonna front. You kind of a natural, man. I kind of want to see you mix it up with other people and have other cases. But salute to you, Will. We gonna talk about it. Yo, you got write down my email if you got a pen before you go. Countacura@gmail.com. Countacura@gmail.com.
Gotcha.
Yeah, man. So in case you want to jump on or whatever, you just hit me on ahead of time, and then you can come on later in the week. Yes, sir.
Do you spell it Acura like the car?
Yeah.
At Gmail?
.com. Oh my goodness. It's Amber Alert, man. Always in the Bronx and Harlem. But yeah.
I got you. I'm gonna send you an email right now, just so you have mine.
All right. I'm gonna check it. Yeah, but you gave me your last will. That's all you gotta say.
Yeah, I'm good. I appreciate y'all boys, man. This shit was fun as hell. Fun. I thoroughly had a good time. Made me use my brain a little bit. I feel had me using my brain, man. But I was just saying. But most people make the mistake of engaging in like a debate or argument like this. They're going and listening to it to respond. I listen to gather information so I can build my defense. You know what I'm saying? I'm over here playing chess. Yeah, I'm playing chess with I fella. He like moving this piece. Like, okay, I got you. Because when he said extortion, I said, I got you. You got to prove that shit. But what you did on that damn first case though, man, with Red Bitch, bro, I was like, man, that's a work of art, bro. You should be a defense attorney, bro. You got this shit in the bag,
bro. I was actually ready to throw him away. I was like, yo, fuck it, we guilty in this nigga. You know what I mean?
You see, I came around when you said when you show that picture from L Dub, and you came around with that shit. I was like, yo, I got you, because I just seen a picture of him laying on his side. I was like, okay, I got you. I could build an argument right there. It's like playing chess. Like I say, I retain information different than most people. Like I'll sit here and I'll listen to you talk, and I'm thinking about how many ways can I counter what you about to say? Because you might go here, you might go here, you might go here, but there's a chance you're gonna go one of those routes. But I know how to get it. It's like playing football. You got routes to run, and I know the best route. I'm gonna pick the route of least resistance. The one I think I know I can win. That's what I do every time, man. This shit's fun. I gotta do this again though, most definitely, man.
Indeed.
Stills, give him your last, man.
Yeah, most definitely. It was a dope one. Episode 11, still going strong. You know what I mean? Definitely, we're gonna have to deliberate. You know what I mean? In the backstage. You know what I mean? Behind the scenes and whatnot about the next cases and whatnot. But salute to definitely stay ready for passing through earlier with the Ivan Redkach case, and of course, Trill Will making his debut to the courtroom, boxing night court. Definitely salute to you for coming through, making me sweat on that case. You know what I mean? You almost had it. Definitely salute to the whole chat. You know what I mean? That kept it popping the whole night. Y'all know what it is. Big up, of course, the Judge Galvatron. Make sure y'all like and subscribe. Share the videos, you know what I mean? When you see me on IG posting the night courts, make sure you like the clips and whatnot. But y'all know what it is. Sunday, May 2nd, you know what I mean? We're gonna be back to the rap ciphers, you know what I mean? So I'll be on the lookout for that. You know what I mean? Probably 9 p.m. Eastern time. It's gonna be going down. I got some more MCs passing through. As well, I got a live listening session. My guy K Triggs is gonna be debuting his 8-track album called Mistakes. I believe this album isn't a mistake. You know what I mean? So we gonna get more in tune with that. That's in the month of May. Y'all check me out. It's your favorite, yet your most hated art filler. Salute to the whole LD.
Yes, sir. You cut out a little bit, Steels. Could you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
All right, man. So salute to the everybody in the chat, the jury, man. Thank y'all. Y'all was great tonight, man. Salute to IML Will for making his guest and first appearance. And we appreciate that. We see you in the highlights. You made it on the highlights, Will, on the night court highlights. So salute. Man, and salute to my brother Stay Ready, who was here earlier. And like I said, man, we're gonna come with more cases. And I just love like this whole thing that I came up with, this style of debating each other, you know what I mean, where it's really in a court type setting. I know y'all all grew up off of Law and Order and Madlock and the actual night court, or y'all OGs out there. So salute, man. We doing this for y'all. Shout out to the mighty LDBC and the full Berserker clan. It's your boy Act Reach It. I never steer you wrong, and I'm out. And we gone like that.